All right, so welcome back, parents and friends. I hope that you viewed the lesson video that was in the YouTube link above. And now let's talk about what we see on Ms DuBose's computer screen, okay? So here we have a field of bunnies. We have some gray bunnies, we have a black and white bunny, but all together we have all bunnies, all right? So let's count to see how many bunnies we have in all. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So parents, I have taken a paper, I have written gray, black and white, and all. So I'm going to write all, the number 5. All right, so let's talk about breaking this picture down. So we're going to decompose this picture, all right? We started off with 5 bunnies, but let's go into detail. So we said we have gray bunnies and we have black and white bunnies, all right? How many gray bunnies do you see, friends? Point to the screen and count as I count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 gray bunnies. So I'm going to write that on my paper, all right? How many black and white bunnies do we have? We only have 1. So we know that 4 and 1 is 5. We learned that in the penny application problem. So 4 and 1 makes 5. All right. And I'm also going to draw boxes around my numbers because if they were to write the sentence, this is what it would look like. 4 and 1 makes 5. Okay. Now, what if I was to switch the colors and I would put black and white with gray and then all? Okay. How many black and white bunnies do I have? I have 1. So I'm going to write the number 1, put a box around it. How many gray do I have? 4. How many bunnies do I have in all? 5. So 1 and 4 also makes 5. Now, parents, I know you're like, well, Ms DuBoise, 4 and 1, 1 and 4, they're the same numbers. However, you would be surprised as to how an order of the numbers can trick our minds up. So our friends can be very confident in knowing that 4 plus 1 equals 5. But if I turn around and ask them 1 plus 4, because they're not hearing it in the same order, it kind of tricks their minds as though they don't know the answer. So switching the order allows them to know that it doesn't matter which order 4 and 1 may be in, it will always be 5 if I'm adding it together. Okay? All right. So let's go to another picture. So now we have a new picture on the screen. Look, friends, what do we have? This is a picture of some fish. You are absolutely correct. So let's talk about the fish that we see. We see some big fish, we see some bigger fish, and we see some smaller fish, all right? So let's talk about the smaller fish first. So this is the smallest, and then these are the next biggest, okay? So we have the first smallest and then the second smallest, all right? So how many smaller fish that we have? The smaller. This is smaller, this is smallest, okay? So how many smaller fish do we have? We have 4. So we're gonna put smaller, and then we're gonna put 4. How many smallest fish do we have? We have 1. 4 and 1 makes what, friends? makes 5. All right. Now, let's look at this group of fish. We have we have bigger and biggest, okay? So how many bigger fish do we have? Which are these? We have 2. And then how many biggest fish do we have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. We have 3. Now let's count our bigger fish and biggest fish all together. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do we have all together? We have 5. So 2 and 3 makes what, friends? It makes 5. Right? So, parents, for our activity today, they had to take the picture of the rabbit and then the picture of the fish. And they had to write the number bonds that I discussed in this video. So they should have 3 number bonds altogether. They should have 4 and 1 for the rabbits. Then there are 2 for here. We have 2 and 3, and then 1 and 4. Okay, or 4 and 1, however you choose to do it. So I want them to draw the number bonds to match the pictures that are represented on our page. Do not do the 10 number bond. We're not there yet for the fish. So don't do the number 10, only 5, all right? So our whole should always equal 5. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, call me, text me, talk about it in the meeting, but I will also review it in the meeting as well so that we are very clear as to the expectations of this assignment, all right? So thank you for joining us today. I'll see you in the meeting in a few.